So, new season has started and we're already jumping into a grand challenge. How wonderful. If you are a consistent viewer of my channel, you know my view on the GCs, but they are very much necessary to consistently do to try and get an invite. So here we are. Back with a Regulation H as well, and hopefully this is going to be an interesting team to be able to feature as well. I basically built it around the idea of Yawn plus Trapping move, and I went through a lot of different iterations of what's the Yawn Pokemon, what's the Trapping Pokemon. And for some reason, I've landed on Slowbro and Torterra. So, yeah, the Slowbro is there to spam Yawn. The Torterra with a zoom lens is able to land 100% accurate Sand Tombs and Leech Seeds, which is very nice. It takes away the only inaccuracy on the team, which I really like. So, yeah, the combination, you trap them, and then they have to go to sleep next turn while you get the residual damage. I did really like Heatran with Magma Storm, with Zoom Lens Magma Storm. I really like that trapping and the residual damage, so I've comboed that with the Yawn spam as well. So we'll see how Slowbro and Torterra goes. If I was to add it to the team, they could be multiple different Pokemon, but hopefully this will be interesting. Like a Choice Band Dragapult, that's expected, but you won't expect my Choice Band Dragapult. You'll see when you get into the actual matches what's up with that Dragapult. The Kingambit's very standard, there's not much to say about that. The Sneasel's pretty standard, not much to say about that. The Volcarona's got Covert Cloak, I have liked that. Taking away the Diaclaw stuff is the main one. It can't be faked out, especially in closed Team Sheet Best of 1. Covert Cloak's going to be very effective. I'm hoping that I get at least a couple of people that fake out my Volcarona. And I think the Flamethrower and Terra Blast is just overall the best coverage that I can get for what this Volcarona needs to do on this team. But apart from the Slowbro and the Torterra, everything else is pretty much expected. But hopefully this Slowbro and Torterra perform. Okay, here we go. With a 1400s person straight away. Not what you want to see, but oh well. They've got dual weather. Interesting. Ninetales and Tyranitar. Seems like quite a hyper-offensive kind of team. The question I always start with, like, Slowbro and Torterra is just my most consistent lead that I go with this team. And then I need to decide, is that actually worthwhile, or could there be something better? But I think that Slowbro and Torterra should actually work in this one. Apart from the Ninetales, but I can just Terra the Torterra, that's a sentence. Didn't realise that. So, yeah. And then what do I have in the back? They have a Golden Go, so I have to bring at least one of Kingambit and Volcarona, and I should probably bring more than one of those ones. Because Dragapult is reasonable as well. So the Volcarona, I don't really like. So I want to drop the Volcarona and then I have to bring Kingambit. And then if I bring Sneasler, then I'm pretty much relying on Kingambit completely to beat the Golden Go. Or if I bring the Dragapult, I can still have something that will be able to hit it. And I think I do prefer the Dragapult here. So that's what I'm going to go with. If they go with Ninetales, that's the worst case because I'll be forced to... I was going to say, I'll be forced to Terra the Torterra, but I could just switch to Kingambit turn 1. I just wouldn't get my trap, and that's not a cool trainer card. Okay, it is Ninetales. So my Slowbro is in a really good position, but my Torterra isn't. Do I Terra it straight away, just so that I get the for sure sleep? Because if I switch to Kingambit because there's the Talonflame, they could be Flare Blitzing the Torterra. I think that's less likely, though. Right, I'm going to Yawn the Talonflame, and I'm going to switch to Kingambit then. I don't currently have much into the Ninetales, so I'll have to eventually deal with that. Hopefully it's not Flare Blitz. Yeah, it's just Taunt. Okay. I can deal with just Taunt. That's fine. And I can also deal with them not doing any damage this turn. So I could have actually got away with not even Terroring and going for Sand Tomb Yawn into the Ninetales. But that's fine. Now they're in the start of the Yawn Vortex. So I think I will Yawn the Ninetales, and I will just Kowtow Cleave the Talonflame. And then they have to choose, do they Will-O-Wisp / Flare Blitz my Kingambit or and go to sleep, or do they take a big Kowtow Cleave on something? At least we have started the Yawn Vortex. The most ideal would be they taunt my Slowbro. Because I am not Regenerator, I am Oblivious. This Slowbro is not supposed to switch. It's supposed to sit on the field and spam Yawn / start spamming Calm Minds. So I'm very confident that Oblivious is better on this Slowbro for this team than Regenerator is. Okay, they do switch. So like, nothing resisted Dark that's in the back, right? It was only Ninetales that did. Okay, I take that back. Tyranitar did. I forgot about Tyranitar. That's okay, though. Oh, they double switch. Oh, if that's Golden Go, then that was a good play from them. Oh, it's Gallade, okay. So they didn't bring Golden Go, so I could have brought Sneasler. And based on what they brought, I should have brought Sneasler. Okay. Then now... they're threatening super effective damage into both of my Pokemon here. I do want to save my Terra for the Dragapult if I can help it. So you're on the Tyranitar and switch to Dragapult, I think. Like, a knockoff will do a decent chunk to the Slowbro, but I suspect with how defensive I am, I should be able to take 2. Factoring in they do less damage with knockoff afterwards. Okay, they didn't switch the Gallade, so if they Sacred Sword my Dragapult, that has been the best case for this turn, for sure. Oh, that's absolute worst case. Wonderful. Yep, that's no good. Right. That's got to be the only combination that could have KO'd my Slowbro. Okay. Yeah, that's not good. The Gallade is asleep. But... now my Dragapult is exposed. My Torterra can win now, though. If the Gallade can't Sacred Sword my Torterra, I can actually just get away now with stockpiles. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go into Torterra. I'm going to stockpile and switch to Kingambit, I think. And now the Terra needs to go on the Torterra. Because I need to not lose to the Ninetales. So that Slowbro has been a little unsuccessful because of that surprise Leaf Blade. But at least the Gallade is asleep. So I think that's overall worth it now that my focus is the Torterra being able to solo. It can't solo the Talonflame because it has Taunt. And I can't hit the Talonflame at all while I'm taunted. So that's also something to keep in mind. Yeah, taking a long time to decide their moves. And they've used their Terra. Interesting. I guess they're going for Flying Terra Blast then, aren't they? Yeah, they are. And that's going to do a bit too much damage, I think. Will this two-shot? Nope, they did go for knockoff. Okay. So then that Flying Terra was just to avoid any ground-type coverage, like a Headlong Rush from Torterra. Okay, so that's decent. Right. Is the Gallade in Sucker Punch range? Because Gallade has terrible defense. Because then I might not have to risk the... the one-turn sleep, but no, it's not. Unless I Terra, but I want to Terra the Torterra, so... Let's go for Leech Seed into the Tyranitar, and I think I need to play around the sleep now. But is that just Kowtow Cleave? Or is it Swords Dance? I'm going to Kowtow Cleave. I guess if they low kick, that's bad, and they wake up straight away, so that's no good. Okay, they Psycho Cut, and they don't crit, so... Oh. What? That's awkward. Oh, and they've got Aurora Veil still, so I won't KO this guy, will I? But that also means surely they are Rock Slide, Knockoff, Dragon Dance, Protect. Did I see a different... No, I've only seen Knockoff so far, haven't I? And then going for Psycho Cut instead of Sacred Sword. Like, Sacred Sword is stronger, so do they not have Sacred Sword? That would be very weird. Also, I'm going to assume that Tyranitar doesn't have Low-Kick now, because if you have Dragon Lance, you'll Protect as well, surely. Which means they can't hit my King Gambit. Because I've been looking at Dragon Lance Tyranitar, and then I've just decided, no, it can't hit Sneasel and King Gambit. So, you can't get away with it. But... yeah, I should be able to here. So let's stockpile again and Sucker Punch the Glades, just so I don't get Sacred Sworded. Okay, good play, good play. They surely can't do that much damage at the moment. That would have been Kowtow Cleave, I think I would have just won, but that would have been way too risky. They have Stomping Tantrum as coverage. Well, that's how they can hit the King Gambit. Yeah, because now I can't actually hit either of these Pokemon with my Torterra now. I can Leech Seed the Talonflame, but they can Taunt. Tyranitar and Sucker Punch range. Do they still have Veil? They do, okay. So it won't be. But I still think I need to do it anyway. Because I'm not seeing a good way around this. If they Dragon Dance again, that's probably going to be game ending. But no, okay. That did absolutely nothing. Yeah, always is going to be Taunt. There we go. So, that was to get the Dragapult in, but Torterra's still not in the greatest positions. And do I outspeed Tyranitar? Because if it's max speed, I am not max speed on my Dragapult. So then it will be able to KO me with just the knockoff. I'm in an awkward position with the Dragapult now, because if I look into Dragon Darts or Outrage, then I can't hit Ninetales at all. If I Terra, then I can't Terra the Torterra out of the Ninetales weakness. And if I Phantom Force, that takes 2 turns, and would be too slow. I don't think that's in Leech Seed range on the Tyranitar. So I think it will need to be Dragon Darts. Oh, and if I Terra Poison, they've even got Psycho Cut, so I think I'm just pinned here. Yeah, I think I'm pinned. I went for Tailwind, okay, that's understandable. And now they'll KO my Dragapult. Yeah, that was completely safe from... I don't see a way through now. All they have to do is switch the Talonflame. And that's not going to be enough against Tyranitar, is it? Oh, it was. Okay, cool. But then they'll go Ninetales, and then if I Terra, they'll just Psycho Cut. So, well, to be fair, I am stockpiled at least. I don't think Torterra can solo this, but I'm gonna try. Oh, they can Gallade straight away. Because I can Sand Tomb that. And then I can Terra. And the Talonflame would be... if they stay in and taunt, which they do... as long as this doesn't crit, or they Sacred... like, they should Sacred Sword. They did, okay. So, they should still win, because that did way too much. At least the Gallade's KO'd. But I still got a Leech Seed on the Talonflame, so with my two... I'm 2 stockpiled, right? I think they should still have it, but... the fact that I actually did manage to Leech Seed the Talonflame gives me a small chance, but I can't protect. And if I could have got a Leech Seed onto both, I think I still had a chance. But they should still have too much damage, even with my +2s. If I can survive 2 turns, then I can at least protect and get more recovery. And the Talonflame should be recoiling itself as well. Yeah, that's not much. And if they waste a turn Aurora Veiling, that would be nice. No, they just Blizzard. They should. I might just survive 2 turns with the Leech Seed. It's going to be close. It did roughly that much damage before. Yeah, it's going to be too much. Yeah, so not quite. Not an ideal start to the GC, but, you know, there was a Dragon Dance, Stomping Tantrum, Tyranitar that I had to deal with, and that got me good, because I thought my King Gambit was very safe, and then suddenly it was not very safe. Maybe if I'd have got a Swords Dance immediately on my King Gambit, because then the Sucker Punch would have probably KO'd the Tyranitar, and then I wouldn't be KO'd on the King Gambit. But yeah, obviously not the most ideal of starts, but this is the GC, so what can you do? It is very classic that I consistently get GC'd. I've got to change the music. Oh well, another 1400s person. With a team that is incredibly outdated. So, against this, can I Slowbro Torterra? They've got a Ninetales, so I probably shouldn't Torterra. I can Gambit them. I don't know if it's the Specs Ninetales or if it's the Sash one. There should be Terra Blast Dragonite. I mean, my Slowbro looks decent except for the King Gambit. I can't safely Terra Torterra because of the Garchomp. But otherwise I would be able to. I think I want to lead Sneasler for this one. I think Sneasler King Gambit. I think I want the Volcarona. And then... I don't really like Dragapult, so it's one of Slowbro or Torterra. It's going to be Slowbro. The Ninetales is already putting me off the Torterra too much. That's not a cool trainer card. Okay. So if I fake out the Amoonguss and Swords Dance, they can Terra Blast the Sneasler and then Extreme Speed it. This is assuming it is still the Terra Blast version. I could Coaching straight away, but that wouldn't help because I'll go to sleep. So yeah, I'll fake out the Amoonguss and accept the going down to Sash. Because as far as I remember, this Dragonite can't hit the Kingambit very well. The only bad thing here would be if they're Covert Cloak Amoonguss. But if they're not, then I should be in a good position. Is it just me, or is this lagging? Feels like it's lagging, and it shouldn't be, because I'm on the Switch 2 now. I don't know if it's just my OBS that is making it seem like it's lagging, and hopefully the recording is fine. Now, does Kingambit Oko Amoonguss with just +2? With the fake out chip, probably. But not necessarily. And I don't want to Terra. Let's preserve the Sneasler, because they're going to Extreme Speed, and let's Kowtow Cleave the Amoonguss. Slowbro should absolutely eat this up, because it is incredibly defensive. Okay, okay. They have changed the teams, they have Haze. And that means my Kingambit is going to sleep here. And that would have KO'd, so... Okay. Become a little bit more awkward because they do have Haze. But, you know, that's what Dragonites have now. This is me making assumptions based on the previous version of the team. Whereas it's clearly been at least updated. So... Slowbro will be going to sleep here. There's nothing I can do to stop that. Okay, Yawn or a Calm Mind. I'm going to Yawn the Dragonite, I think. Unless you do whatever with the Kingambit. This will do reasonable damage, like 40%. Look how good my damage intuition is. But, yeah. I'm still going to sleep. And they might be going to sleep. Oh, wait a minute. If this is still the same version, then this... Oh, they won't Pollen Puff. That's actually decent damage. Forgot that this version was Lumberry. And again, they might have updated it, but on this team it was a Lumberry Dragonite. So that was clearly not the thing to go for. So that's not ideal. It was good Pollen Puff from them as well to put me in range of another attack. Okay, so they're probably not Lumberry then. But at least that means my Slowbro is still here. Oh, there's their Kingambit, which is going to be an issue. Well, at least I wake up. Okay, so I can deal with the Amoonguss now as well. How did they KO me? No, they can't KO me, I'm slacking off. But did they sport me? They did just Pollen Puff. Okay, that's better for me. Cool. I could consider the Terra Dark on my Slowbro now. And I think I am considering the Terra Dark on my Slowbro. Would I need my Terra for anything else? I don't think so. Yeah, so now do I slack off back to basically full, or do I Yawn the Kingambit? I'm going to Yawn the Kingambit, I think. And then, do I Kowtow Cleave the Amoonguss, which is obvious, or do I Swords Dance expecting a switch? I don't think that matters, because Kowtow Cleave is good into anything. Even in an Incineroar, because it would give me a Defiant boost. And they do stay in. Okay, cool. So Amoonguss is dealt with, I'm not going to sleep anymore. But they still might be. Also, shout out to my shiny hunt of this Slowbro that gave me a basically no attack Slowbro that also was sleepy. Like, that was very lucky. Okay, so they are not losing Amoonguss. That is entirely reasonable from them. Swords Dance is the best case, but Kautok Lee would be fine. That is even worse. Okay. This is falling apart very quickly, isn't it? Oh no. Well, at least I got my Volcarona, but now I can't safely go for a Quiver Dance, because then I would just go to sleep. Alright. But it has to be Volcarona. Otherwise I can be Sucker Punched by the King Gambit. Let's at least get them in the Yawn Vortex, I think. Or do I go back to full? I've got leftovers, it's fine. I'm recovering as well. So, and if they Terror the Amoonguss, then very good play. Actually, their Dragonite's going to be a huge issue now, isn't it? Because Volcarona can't tear it out of the Terror Blast weakness. And there is the Dragonite. Ooh, double switch. I could have Quiver Danced. And that is Incineroar, okay. Like, to be fair, my Slowbro is in a very good position. But I'm going to lose too many resources too quickly, I think. So I'm not going to be able to easily deal with the Amoonguss with my Slowbro. I mean, they're all physical attackers apart from Amoonguss. But I need my Slowbro to be able to do some damage. And then it's either Protect if they stay in with Dragonite, which again, they still could be Lumberry, or Quiver Dance expecting them to switch out. And I think I need to play risky at this point and expect them to switch out. But they did not. But they did go for Fake Out, so hopefully they're going for my Slowbro, because there's already a Fake Out into my Covert Cloak. But this is almost certainly Terra Blast into Volcarona. Yeah, it is. Right? Yeah. So, Protect was obviously much better there. And we'll see if they are Lumberry. And if they're Lumberry, then this was doomed from the start. But then I'm very surprised they switched the Dragonite if they were Lumberry. Because now, I'm going to assume again that they have Extreme Speed. So, what did the Dragonite on the previous team have? I think it was Low Kick over Haze. Okay, they weren't Lumberry, okay. So, like, this probably does give me at least a chance. Because I can close combat the Incineroar now. And that should KO. Do I Calm Mind again or just go for Scald? Because Close Combat and Scald probably get the Amoonguss. But actually, no, that would be fine because then I can just go for... yeah, I will Calm Mind. I need the Slowbro to be able to somehow solo this. That didn't burn a turn of sleep on the Dragonite. So that's not the worst thing. I mean, they're going to try and get me with Sucker Punch now, so I'm probably going to need to go for Coaching. They've got Haze and the Dragonite as well, actually, so I won't be able to beat them quickly. Yeah, they've surely got to Sucker Punch this Niffler. Okay, that's fine. As long as it's a Sucker Punch. It was not Sucker Punch. So if that had been Diaclaw and Scald, that would have probably won, right? Because then they can't get me, so... Interesting. This will do decent damage to the Amoonguss. That's not that decent, actually. I got the burn, at least. But that's not going to put it in range of another attack, is it? So that's a little bit frustrating that I could have got the Diaclaw KO into this Amoonguss, because it surely would have done, based on that damage, and the burn. Like, it surely would have done. Oh well. Okay, that was still very decent damage. What? How heavy Slowbro? I thought it was, like, not that heavy. What? How heavy is it? Okay, it's 80 base power. So that's not the worst, but I was expecting slightly less because I'm coaching as well. But, oh well. The Amoonguss is forced to switch out now, right? Strange if they just get KO'd. Although Pollen Puff will still do... No, Pollen Puff won't do reasonable damage. Yeah, they have to switch. But Pollen Puff won't do reasonable damage because the... Calm Minds are up. Oh, that's doing too much. I coaching myself, didn't I? According to my damage calc, unless I'm missing something obvious. Definitely coaching, didn't I? Yeah. So why is it doing that much? Okay, I did 50. Okay, that is actually in range of my damage counts, but yeah, the game is now officially over. So, Slowbro couldn't quite do it for this one. I think it could have been in the position that it did. Them not Sucker Punching was a good play. Because if I'd have KO'd the Amoonguss, I think it would have still been possible with the Slowbro. Because I lost, like, what, 2 turns there? That could have been... Even just a single turn to yawn the King Gambit would have helped. But obviously not the greatest of starts to the GC. It says I've only done 1 battle, that's not right. Where's random? Oh, it's not letting me move. It's Terapagos again, sorry. Usually just go on random. Oh, wow. The GC's taking pity on me now. Oh, really? It's not taking pity on me. Come on. Right. Okay. Not seeing an easy path through this. If I get a Leech Seed on the Muck straight away, maybe. No, I think I'm going to go Sneeze a Dragapult and just try and deal with them straight away. Go Torterra to just Leech Seed? Because if I get a Leech Seed, then I don't think they can break me, so I will try that. And then is it either King Gambit or Volcarona? You know, Volcarona. But there's a reason that this team is 1403. It's awful. Like, don't use this team. There's going to be some matchups that it will just solo because you can't break the Muck. That's a cool trainer card, but it's not a good team. And I think I am justified in saying that. Right. So, got Fake Out. If I go for this one, something's going to sleep, and if I go for this one, they get a Minimize. I think that I have to just accept that they're going to get a minimize. And to be honest, this might even just straight up KO, which I don't know if I prefer or not. Like, it does, so I just have to deal with it. But this gets the Dragon Darts into the muck as well straight away, right? Yeah, there we go. So that's good damage straight away. And there's the minimize. And what do we get? It's not defense. That's fine. That's fine. Fine. Okay, Annihilate. Interesting. This final Gambit then? Let's try and close combat the Muck and Dragon Darts again. They are Scarf coaching, okay. It's not so ideal for me because they'll live this combination easily. And now do I hit them? I hit that at least, so I'll take it. That's good damage. The Muck is being whittled down. The Dragon Darts hits it as well. I just need to hit it one more time. It does. And it just KOs. Perfect. So, as you can see, this team is awful. Like, do not use this team. It is so luck dependent. And it is just not worth it. And they are stuck with a non-attacking Annihilate now. So, let's just Diaclaw there. Amigo and Dragon Darts again. Not really sure how I can lose this game now. Terra Steel, so the Diaclaw doesn't work, and the... Yeah, it is okay, fair enough. But I'll just close combat it next turn, it's fine. And this is dual Wing Bee, actually. If this is dual Wing Bee, I can see a way that I can lose this now. So that's not much. It was Brave Bird, okay. That's much better for me. And for some reason they went for the Dragapult. So that's fine. Because now this is close combat. Do I Terra Stella? I think I Terra Stella. Don't think I need my Terra for anything else now. I guess technically the Torterra, but, you know, this will be strong enough to KO through the coaching boosts, surely. Okay, they're going to get +3. That's reasonable. The Annihilate will be KO'd in one more dart. No, actually, it's KO'd now because of the smart targeting. So they do only get +2. So I still should be fine. And now this person drops into the 1300s, but they deserve it because of the team they were using. So, not the greatest of starts to the GC, but when is there ever?